friends. So I was just trying to figure out what I want to have for dinner, and I didn't want to cook because I was out working in the garden and I just don't feel like cooking, but I did want a warm meal. So yesterday I made this carrot and potato mash, and then I have this burger here that was store-bought, and it was this Foodie's artichoke burgers, vegan and non-GMO, French herb. So that sounds pretty good. And I don't eat meat, but I've kind of had a taste for a loaf kind of dish. So anyway, I wanted to make some gravy. So I scrounged around and I found that I had this roasted garlic base. It's better than bouillon, so that sounded good. And I had a can of mushrooms, just any kind, pieces and stems. So what I did is I put the liquid of the mushrooms in here because I want to make a mushroom gravy. So I'm going to put a teaspoon, it's a teaspoon for 8 ounces of water. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of the roasted garlic bouillon, better than bouillon. I'm going to put that in there. And this is cornstarch, about a tablespoon. So, and I have a little less than 8 ounces of water here because I have the mushroom liquid in there. So I hope you can see this. Let's see, yeah. So I'm going to take my cornstarch and just make a little bit of a slurry out of that. There we go. And I'm going to stir up my bouillon in there. And I'm going to dump the rest of this water in there. And then I'm going to dump my slurry in there. I like to thicken gravy with cornstarch. It doesn't tend to lump like flour does. So, and I didn't feel like making a roux. So that's what I came up with. So anyway, I like this better than bouillon stuff. It's pretty good. So let me taste this just real quick here. Make sure it's got enough seasoning to it. Yep, it's tasty. So I'm going to stir this until it thickens. And then I'm going to have that over my patty. And I'm going to have it over my mash. And then I had little tiny cucumbers. And I found some sprouts with a little salt and pepper. And then I have the Gerard's champagne dressing. That's really good. So I'm going to stir this up until it thickens. So my gravy's thickening. I tasted it again, and I want a little more herby taste. So I'm going to add just a dash of this salt-free seasoning. Not too much, because it's not making a whole lot of gravy. Give that a taste. Let it cook for a minute. Soften up those dried herbs. Yeah. Good. So if you ever need a mushroom gravy with a little bouillon and mushrooms and the mushroom liquid, and then thicken it up, and there you go, boom, you have a mushroom gravy. So I'm just going to let that cook for another second or so, and then I'm going to add all my mushroom pieces, because that's going to go over my patty. I'm just bouillon needs to go in the fridge after you open it. But before that, you don't need to refrigerate it. And those better than bouillon, I mean, it comes in all kinds of flavors. It comes in mushroom. You can get meat ones too. They're really tasty. I like them. So they're not super cheap, but you know, they go a long way. Let's put it that way. All right. So my gravy is nice and thickened. Whoops. Nice and thickened. I'm sorry. I keep dropping a little piece of plastic over here. Okay, and this is the rest of my dinner. And I'm just going to scoop some of this over my dinner. And I baked the patty. So I'm trying to find recipes that I can use up some of the store-bought patties that I've gotten. So of course you want a lot of gravy. It's all about the gravy. So there we have it. Mushroom gravy over a patty. You can do this with beef patties if you eat meat, or chicken patties, or whatever patties you have. And the mash I made yesterday, I'll put a link to that if you have an interest in making it. So here's a quick meal. It took me all of 5 minutes, 10 minutes to make it. Alright, my friends, thanks for stopping by. Abundant blessings. Please subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and I love you guys.